Hello, hello, hello. How is it going? It's Ken here from the Rug Detectives. Let's get straight to it. Boo, 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 boo. Boo. Anyway, so today I'm coming to you. Hope all is well wherever you are in the world. I'm coming to you today and we're going to do another project review. Essentially what we tend to do is we tend to do daily or every other day project reviews where we take a look at a project within the crypto space, the DeFi space, looking for phenomenal opportunities in terms of hidden gems, but also most importantly, going through a process. If you're a trader, an investor, what you need to look for, what you need to keep a look out for, and to ensure that number one, you don't get scammed, or minimize the risk of getting scammed, because really nothing is literally tight and waterproof. And then ultimately then building up an understanding of essentially a score, a process that you can follow on a regular basis before you decide to enter the trade. So the higher the probability in terms of the checklist, i.e. ticking it off and making sure everything's in place, and it will make you more confident, it will make you more assured that you're making a right decision. And then hopefully once you be able to get into the position, you'll be able to be rewarded for your specific hard work. And I've seen that in terms of my career in this space. By following this Rug Detective sheet, I see that there's been phenomenal gains added onto other areas that I look at in terms of intuition and communicating with the dev and the team to be able to build up that trust and relationship is extremely important. This DeFi checklist you can be able to download for free. So it's going to cost you, $1 million. Yes, it's going to cost you $1 million. No, you can get this for free, because what we aim to do here within the Rug Detectives community is really provide as much value as possible. We do have obviously an advanced VIP checklist, which involves stuff like, trading opportunities, updated information, content, access to our VIP Telegram group. But that's totally different. Obviously there, if you want to go to it. But anyway, let's talk about the project review today, which is, and please make sure you like, subscribe and follow as well. I know a lot of people say, Ken, why do you all say like, subscribe and follow? Why do you all say follow? I say this because this really helps in terms of the algorithm within YouTube. So the more you like, the more you follow, the more you comment, that helps in terms of broadening the horizon, in terms of spreading the tentacles and reaching people that may not even know we exist. We are very young a company or brand or project, a community, but we are growing exponentially over the last 4 to 6 weeks. So we want to continue to do that and to reach as many people as possible. So one of our members in the community, Florian, we basically have a list of all these project recommended requests to go through. Today, this is from Florm, if I'm correct. I hope I haven't butchered your name. Florm has basically asked me to take a look at Reef. So I basically pulled up Reef Finance. This is a specific website here. And what we do is we'll go through an on-page analysis and we'll take a look at this information. We'll go through Telegram, Twitter. We'll look at the product, whether they actually have a product or not, pre-sale and so on and so forth. So first and foremost, let's just go through the website, check the information. This gives you about competitor analysis, the market, look at domain names. So what I'll basically do here, I'll pull that out and then I will literally copy and paste. So this is the work I go through every single time before I enter a trade. A lot of people just believe that you can just get into the market and just because you have $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million, you'll be able to make money. It doesn't work like that. You need to work and really put your head down and take some time out to be resourceful, be due diligent, and really spend the time to be able to build up an understanding of how this process works. So, okay, cool. So Reef DeFi made easy, the gateway to DeFi through liquidity and protocol aggregation. Analytics, multi-chain, so powered on Polkadot. We are seeing a lot of new projects that have been onboarded that are utilizing Polkadot on their stack. So Reef, they said, is now on Binance, so they've been listed on Binance. So this is obviously a project that is already listed. This is not like an early 1000x hidden gem, that I found in my back garden. This is a project that people are aware of. So sometimes we'll take a look at these projects to see what's happening. So ultimately, okay, cool. So liquidity protocol aggregation, so aggregating liquidity seems to be a very interesting space. A lot of players that are really moving here. So multi-chain. cool. Let's go down. You've got investors. So you have investors such as NGC, Genesis Block, Woodstock, to name a few. Then hopefully these links, when you click on it, will go to their site and maybe have a press release regarding this collaboration. Okay, so here it basically shows, good, that's good. So you have a link that goes to a specific page, shows the relationship with Reef. Because what you find is there are some projects that say, oh yeah, we have a relationship with Coinbase or with this well-known entities. But then you go on Coinbase site to see where's this relationship, or you then go in to see where's a press release, and there's nothing. So some scammers, not saying Reef is a scam by no means, but I'm just saying some projects that are a scam will literally say, okay, this is our relationship, but there's no relationship whatsoever. So it doesn't matter whether the company's listed or not. I need to take precaution and go through this whole process. So that's fine. Ecosystem, DeFi financial infrastructures, exchange and trading market. Okay, so this is the ecosystem they're trying to work on. Look, liquidity from everywhere. What I would also like to see, if they do have a product, just slap on a video. Just show me and explain a video for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes, in terms of what you're trying to achieve. That's it. Plain and simple. It just saves time for people to really scroll down the page and read it. Obviously, I'm doing it. I have to do it. It's really part of the whole process. But there are some people that like this, the auditory, the visual aspect in terms of video. Just show it. So there should be some form of video here, or a link going to YouTube or whatever. Maybe it might be on the footer of the page. So Reef gets liquidity from everywhere. Okay, so they're getting liquidity from the centralized exchanges, from the decentralized exchanges, and they're essentially aggregating this whole process, as they've said. So Uniswap, AirSwap, Kraken, Binance, and then isolated silos prone to attacks. Okay, so they're given problem, why Reef? So what I'd like to see is give a problem, but then also provide a solution, right? So have a problem here, and then this is how we solve it. Then roadmap. So Ethereum DeFi protocol integration. So we are now in the first quarter. Okay, so it seems it's going left instead of right, which is a bit strange, but anyway, everyone's different. Am I right? Okay, so what they've done here, let's just get this right here. Okay, so 2020, right? So 2020, fourth quarter, fine. Okay, now here, 2020, good. 2021 here. So Binance integration, Reef basket engine, Reef client. Then you've got a live roadmap. Let's open up a new tab for that. Yield engine. Let's just zoom in a little bit here. Then Reef LP and farm. So we expect, because now we are literally coming towards the end of the first quarter, so I actually expect that all of these specific errors are done and it's ready to go, and you can be able to show me or show us in terms of that process. So I basically opened up here another link, and this link is basically going to the roadmap. Okay, good. This is what I like to see. So Reef roadmap. See, this is what a lot of projects need to learn from. So it opened up another link from the site showing the roadmaps, and then the roadmap, I should see, it should have a link going to GitHub or giving you a further breakdown. So it says Reef Incorporated. Good. So it said status. Okay, this is cool. Iteration. Let's see what it says. Iteration. Fine. So it's given updates about what's happening. I would definitely request that they show a GitHub. So for those that want to go through the code, if there's any work that's done, like here, audit. There should be, if this is the audit here, where's the link? Have a link going towards the auditor, right? It says done here. Where's the link? Show me the link. That makes sense. So, okay, cool. So we're going through this whole process here. 2000. Fine. So we'll go back to the site if I can. If it allows me. Okay, cool. Let's go to here. So that roadmap just shows more of a breakdown, which is fine, but I want to see more than just one page. Then second quarter. So what I'm going to do is I will then copy this information, and then I'll go down. Let's see if they have Telegram or Discord. Yes. And then, or Twitter. Then I'll reach out to them and say, listen, you've basically said on your site, you are currently at this stage at the moment. Can you be able to provide, can I see this? Is it on the testnet? Is it on the mainnet? Where are you right now? Then it says here this quarter. So you'll just do that for every single step. So I do like that they have a clear roadmap. Are they achieving it? We need to see the substance now. Then FAQ, cool, gives an FAQ. What can I do with Reef token? What I try not to do is just read through a website and go through it. Anyone can do that. I'm just looking behind the scenes of how it works. And then they have a blog. And then if the blog, I also like to see how often do they update the blog with information. Content is crucial, because this is from a marketing aspect. You want to see how aggressive are they in terms of spreading the word. So there's a recent article, March the 15th, which is yesterday. And then you have March the 12th. So basically it says here, our official response to recent events regarding Alameda. Okay, so basically there's an issue here. It says here there's an issue in raising funds. So then we'll click to find out. So clearly there's an issue. And now we'll find out what the issue is about. So we first engage with a VC. So Alameda is a well-known VC. They've actually invested in projects like COVID protocol and stuff like that, if I recall. So in March, Alameda's investment arm reached back out around a strategic investment they wanted to make up to 80 million. So big deal. So the VC, Brian Lee, wrote, Reef is a multi-chain aggregator. We can explore the angle of integrating with Radom and Serum on Solana. Liquidity, the 20 million worth of Reef was sent to Alameda to engage them as a long-term strategic investor in the Reef. Okay, so they sent this 20 million worth of Reef. If we pull up also, we want to take a look at the specific chart. So I pulled up a chart here on Dex Tools under Reef. And we can clearly see there was a bit of a drop from those highs of 6 cent all the way down to 2 cent. So we need to see if this was clearly, there's a correlation here. So $20 million worth of Reef was actually sent to Alameda. Fine. So here it says that they wanted to do a strategic and make 80 million investment, but then they sent them 20 million worth of Reef. So as previously stated, secured investment in Reef Finance token for at a 20% discount to create various long-term synergies with Serum. Okay. So March 12th, fast forward that. So this basically occurred prior to that period. Fast forward March. After coordination on timing and edits with Brian Lee, the VC, we moved forward with the announcement approved and edited by the team and 20 million investment. So if you see here, if you go to their specific blog, I think there was another article. When was this? Okay, so this was March the 12th. Fine. Okay, so they actually invested 20 million in basically 4 days ago. And then yesterday there's another announcement. So let's continue here. So this is what we do. It's all about the rug detectives cap on, but also the cap of looking to see what's really going on. This is all information. So what I'm going to do is I'll basically copy this and I'll then put this in the checklist. So this will go into the checklist under extra reading material, right? So like before you go to sleep, you can put this there as reading material. So then with your nightcap, yeah. So basically then, so let's just go through this here. I don't want to take too much of everyone's time, but this seems to be quite interesting. So we need to get to the bottom of this. So then announcement approved and edited, and then they conveyed interest in investing in an additional 60 million refinance during the time frame. Okay. So then they give a trance. So that for the first 20 million trance, we followed the movement of the sold tokens. Immediately saw that tokens we had transferred to Alameda were being offloaded on. Interesting. Please see the Ethernet scan. So essentially what happens, they came to an agreement. Reef then, this is what Reef's saying, then transferred $20 million worth to Alameda at 20% discount. And then immediately they basically offloaded on the Binance exchange. So my question is, did they actually receive the capital for that, or did Reef just send them? So here, let's go here. So Reef Finance deployer, basically 6 days ago, here's a transaction. This is the quantity amount. Fine. Then here on the same day, FTX exchange. Okay. Interesting. So this shows here Reef. Then here, okay. So we did not move forward with additional 60 million tranche due to doubts. Fine. So 20 million went. Then when they saw the transactions being offloaded and having a huge impact clearly on the price, what's today's date? When was this? Okay. So this is probably what happened here, around here. So let's just see. Okay, stick with me here. You know, this is investigative journalism. So, fine. And then after seeing additional chance would not go through, Alameda began threatening to delist the Reef token, wow, from FTX, and said that they would try to get Reef delisted from other top exchanges as an act of retribution if we did not give them the 60 million chance. So, again, we need to hear back from Alameda to get their response. But from what Reef is saying, listen, they're saying they had already transferred $20 million worth of Reef, and then they had doubts, and then they said, and then Alameda's response was literally, okay, we'll delist you if you don't send the remaining amount. And then this was also perplexed because Alameda's team had refused to offer a legal contract for the transaction, had asked to operate based on trust. So we fully understand in this space there's a lot of trust. That's just my lovely Australian shepherd dog, Bella, here, barking away, as she does. She's the center of attention. So basically, this whole situation is, oh shit, I think she's fine now. You okay now? Good girl. So this was basically, okay, so perplexed because the team had refused to offer legal contract. So clearly they had conducted this transaction without a legal contract, purely based on a, let's say, an e-shake. Yes, not even a handshake, an e-shake, right? Because of the whole pandemic. And then we got a response here. It's not affiliated with Reef, does not endorse Reef. We agreed an OTC trade with Reef. They immediately went to the press to brag. They then renegated on the OTC trade. We obviously do not recommend anyone to do business. Wow. Okay, so this is getting extremely messy. For clarity, so this is coming from our media's side. The 20 million tokens we did buy, so they're saying they bought it, they didn't receive it. The original deal was for much more. Reef renegade on the remaining tokens. We're still in possession of the great majority. Any claims about us immediately selling are false. Okay. So this is their pushback. Should FXT delist coins that have rug pulled or DMG Reef, or keep them? Okay, so this is FTX. So they're now jumped on the bandwagon and saying this. And then should FX delist? And then they're saying additional threats and legal ramifications are thrown around. Okay, well, this is going to take forever. We don't have this time. So this information already, this is concerns and clear red flag. This will go into the checklist. And ultimately, there's no point essentially going through the rest of this until this is resolved, right? Because what you basically have is you have a dark cloud over this specific project due to what's happening. And it seems that Reef wanted to progress in terms of their project. It seems that Alameda had an opportunity to say, listen, we want to help you from a strategic perspective. This is just my view so far, but something has gone wrong. So what we need to do is spend some more time to investigate the situation. Obviously, there's a clear drop, so that didn't help. And where it's FUD or not, one needs to be able to do some more research and then come to the opinion. And then also, to be honest, find a medium. Yes, there has to be a way that they can come together and find a way to resolve this. So what I'm going to do is I will be reaching out to Alameda. I'll be reaching out to Reef. And let's just say this resolution, yes, we're auditors in terms of RD auditors, but also, we can help in terms of resolving these situations to help the community grow, right? Because it seems to be an interesting project, but let's see what we can do. So anyway, we slightly went off topic because of what happened here. I'll be adding this information to the checklist. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be also reaching out to both parties. If they do watch this video, they can obviously contact me and take it from there. Anyway, hope all is well. We'll be back tomorrow with another project. Please make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you download this free checklist, and then there'll be another one. Take care. Bye-bye.